If you're hearing this, it's for a reason. Welcome to Beyond Inspiration. Somewhere in Detroit tonight, a man is sleeping in his truck. He's not young. He's not careless. He's not someone who never tried. His name is Marcus. And 10 years ago, his face was on a billboard. 10 years ago, he was ranked number 4 in the world. 38 professional fights, 34 wins, 11 knockouts. 3 weeks away from the biggest night of his life, a world title shot. And then, one moment, one sparring session, one punch he didn't even throw hard, and everything ended. Not just his career, his whole reason for being alive. This is the story of what happens when a man loses the only thing he ever believed he was, and what God does with the wreckage. Marcus grew up in the east side of Detroit. No father in the picture. A mother who worked 2 jobs and still somehow made it to every fight. She'd sit in the first row, same seat, every time, with her hands clasped in her lap like she was praying the whole 12 rounds. Because she was. Marcus found boxing at 13. Not because someone told him it would save his life, but because the gym was the only place in his neighborhood where nobody got hurt. Think about that. The place full of punches was the safest place he knew. By 17, he was undefeated in the amateurs. By 22, he turned professional. By 28, he was the most exciting fighter in his division. Not the flashiest, not the loudest, but the one every serious person in boxing was watching. Because Marcus didn't just fight. He studied. He watched 6 hours of tape a day. He could tell you an opponent's tell after watching 30 seconds of footage. His coach, an old Cuban man named Ernesto, used to say, "Every fighter has power. Every fighter has speed. Marcus has something I only seen twice in my life. He has a chess mind and a fighter's body." By 37, he had 1 fight left to win before the title shot. He won it by unanimous decision. In the dressing room afterward, Ernesto told him, "3 weeks, Marcus. 3 weeks and your whole life changes." He couldn't sleep that night. Not from nerves. From gratitude. He lay in his apartment, staring at the ceiling, and he whispered a prayer his mother had taught him when he was 9 years old. "Lord, I don't need you to make it easy. Just make it mean something." He had no idea how violently that prayer was about to be answered. His name was Jerome, 26 years old. A sparring partner Marcus had worked with for 3 years. They weren't just training partners, they were friends. Marcus had been at Jerome's wedding, danced at the reception. Jerome's wife had made them all her grandmother's jerk chicken. Marcus still talked about that chicken. That Tuesday morning, 11 days before the title fight, they were doing light work. Nothing serious. Keeping Marcus sharp, keeping his timing dialed in. Round 3. Marcus threw a right hand, 60% power, maybe a punch he'd thrown 10,000 times. Jerome moved into it instead of away from it. He went down. Marcus thought he slipped. He didn't get back up. Jerome had an undetected arteriovenous malformation, a tangle of blood vessels in his brain that had been there since birth. The punch didn't cause it. The doctors were clear about that. Jerome could have gone down from a cough, a sneeze, a bad night's sleep. It didn't matter. Jerome didn't make it. And Marcus, who had walked into that gym, a man 3 weeks from the greatest night of his life, walked out of that hospital unable to breathe. He never fought again. Not because the sport took it from him. Because he couldn't make his hands move. Every time he put on gloves, he saw Jerome. Every time he tried to throw a punch, his hands refused. His body had decided, before his mind could argue, that those hands would never be weapons again. The years after Jerome are what Marcus calls the years I was alive but not living. The title fight went to someone else. His sponsors didn't call, they sent emails. Ernesto tried for 2 years to get him back in the gym. Marcus wouldn't answer the door. His fiancée, Tanya, the woman he had a ring for, she stayed for 3 years. 3 years of watching someone she loved turn into a ghost. When she finally left, she didn't slam the door. She closed it quietly. And somehow, that quiet was worse than any argument they'd ever had. At 36, Marcus lost the apartment. He'd burned through his savings. Turned down every endorsement that came, because every endorsement meant talking about boxing, and talking about boxing meant talking about Jerome. A cousin let him sleep on a couch for 6 months. Then the cousin's wife had a baby. And Marcus, quietly, without being asked, packed his duffel and moved into his truck. He parked in the lot of the gym, where he'd learned to fight as a kid. The gym had been closed for 8 years, plywood on the windows, a chain on the door. He sat there every night. He still doesn't fully know why. Maybe because it was the only place that felt honest. That parking lot is where God found him. Not in a church. Not in a moment of triumph. In a truck, in the dark, with nothing left. His name was Deshaun. 12 years old. He lived 2 blocks away with his grandmother. His mother was gone. His father was in prison. He'd been suspended from school 3 times that year for fighting. Not because he was a bad kid. Because he was a hurt kid. And hurt kids fight because they don't know what else to do with the pain. Deshaun had seen Marcus in that parking lot for 2 weeks before he rode his bike over. He knocked on the truck window. Marcus rolled it down. Deshaun looked at him and said, "You're Marcus, I know who you are. Why are you sleeping in a truck?" Marcus said, "Why are you not in school?" Deshaun said, "I asked you first." Marcus doesn't know what made him do what he did next. He got out of the truck. He looked at Deshaun's hands. And he said, "Put your hands up, show me your guard." Deshaun put his fists up, wrong. Every first-timer puts them wrong. Marcus adjusted them, 1 move, 15 seconds. Then he got back in the truck. But the next morning, Deshaun was there again. And the morning after that. And the one after that. On the 4th morning, Marcus got out with mitts. And in a cracked parking lot outside a boarded-up gym in East Detroit, Marcus started coaching again. With his hands. The same hands he had sworn would never be used in boxing again. But here's what he learned that first morning. There is a difference between fighting and teaching someone to stand up. His hands had refused to be weapons, but they had never refused to be a guide. By the 2nd week, Deshaun had brought 2 friends. By the end of the month, 11 kids were showing up to that parking lot at 6 in the morning. Parents started watching from the sidewalk. One mother pulled Marcus aside and said, "I don't know what you're doing, but my son came home last week and did his homework. For the first time in 2 years, don't stop." Marcus went back to his truck that night, sat in the dark. And for the first time in 3 years, he didn't feel like he was hiding. He felt like he was exactly where he was supposed to be. Marcus had no money, no equipment. He cut the chain off the old gym with bolt cutters he borrowed from a neighbor. Fixed the plumbing himself, YouTube tutorials watched on his phone in the truck. Sanded the floors on his hands and knees. Within 3 months, he had 22 kids training. He was still sleeping in the truck. But now, the truck was parked inside the gym. A local pastor, named Bishop Henry, started sending kids from his congregation. Then he started showing up himself. Then he started fixing things. Then he started bringing other men from the church to fix things. And then, someone filmed Deshaun sparring one morning. Posted it online with a simple caption. Former world-ranked boxer sleeping in his car starts teaching kids in a broken-down gym. Watch this kid. He's 12 years old and he hits like a freight train. It got 4 million views in 48 hours. Interview requests came. Sports journalists came. A documentary crew came. And then a man in a suit came. His name was David. He ran an athletic development company with 47 gyms across 12 states. He sat down across from Marcus in the gym, kids training all around them, and put a folder on the table. He said, "I want to invest in what you're building. I want to put $1 million into this program. I want to franchise it. And I want to put your name and your story on the door of every location." Marcus sat with that for a long time. Then he said, "My name comes with a story people don't want attached to a children's program. Jerome." David said, "I know about Jerome. His family knows about this gym. His wife has been following it for 6 months. She's the one who sent me here." Jerome's wife, the woman who had every reason in the world to never forgive Marcus, had been watching. For 6 months, she had seen the parking lot. She had seen Deshaun. She had seen what Marcus was doing with the same hands that had been carrying her husband's death. She didn't send David to give Marcus money. She sent David because she knew Jerome. And she knew Jerome would have hated watching Marcus waste his life in a truck. She sent David because she wanted Marcus to live. And attached to the investment folder was a letter, handwritten. Marcus has never read it publicly. He has only ever said this: "She gave me back my hands, and I will spend the rest of my life making sure Jerome's name is on something that matters." The program is called the Jerome Initiative. Marcus is 42 years old today. The Jerome Initiative operates in 14 cities. Over 600 kids trained this year alone. He still lives simply. Still drives a truck, a new one now. He says he'll never forget what it felt like to sleep in one. Because that parking lot, that cold, dark, broken parking lot, was where God told him the truth about why he was made. Not to be a champion in front of millions. To be a father figure to one kid at a time. I need to say something to somebody watching this right now. You might be in the truck right now. Not literally, but you know what I mean. You're in a season where the thing you thought was your purpose has been taken away. And you don't know who you are without it. Can I tell you something? What was taken from you was never the real thing. It was the door. God doesn't waste a broken person. He just changes the assignment. Marcus didn't lose his purpose the day Jerome died. He lost his disguise. The version of his purpose that was about him, the rankings, the belts, the billboards, was peeled away. So the real thing could finally get through. Your lowest moment is not your verdict. It is your preparation. The parking lot is not your grave. It is your gym. Whatever you're carrying, whatever took you down, whatever made people count you out, God already knows the name of the kid who needs what you've been through. Get up. Your last round is just getting started. If someone in your life needs to hear this today, don't just like this video. Send it to them right now. Because you might not know what someone is carrying tonight. But God does. And He may have put this video in your hands for them. Subscribe to Beyond Inspiration, because every week we find the stories that remind us the fall is never the end of the story. Drop in the comments, tell me, what's the thing God took from you that turned into the thing He was actually building? Keep going, because this is Beyond Inspiration. Subscribe for more reminders that your story isn't over.